channel. I'm going to be talking about lifestyle, fashion, and especially traveling. So this first video is going to be a Q&A based off of my solo traveling experiences. I recently went to the Dominican Republic and I had an amazing time, but I got a lot of questions. Let's get into it. First question is, number one, do you ever get scared? Hell yes. This second time that I've done it, I was more so comfortable because I knew the routine, I knew the pattern, I knew what to do. When I got to the airport, I knew what to do, you know, after everything is booked. It's not something new at this point, but of course I get scared. You're by yourself, you don't know anyone, it's a whole new place, but you have to take a risk or you will be doing the same for the rest of your life. Okay. Question number two, do you ever feel alone? Like, yes and no, not envious or jealousy or anything, you know, you see everybody else, but at the same time, like, I have so much fun within my excursions, within like going out and exploring. It's like, and I make friends very, very easily, so I don't even really feel by myself. So yes and no. Question number three, how did I start traveling solo? For my 21st birthday, I was actually supposed to go with a ex-boyfriend, and I was like this close to like saying like, I'm not going anymore, I'm canceling everything, like I don't care about my birthday. Then I was like, whoa, why should I not care about my birthday? It was super last minute. So I had asked a couple of people like, oh, like, would you go with me? And they were like, ooh, like, I don't have a passport. Ooh, like, it's kind of last minute. I went on the trip and people were like, you went by yourself? Yeah, I did. So that's how I started traveling solo, and I do not regret that decision ever since. Question number four, what sites do you book on? I book on various sites. Expedia is probably the top one. Helpful tip number one, when you're searching on anything and you're like a browser, go to a private browser so that your phone and your computer is not tracking what you're looking at. As soon as your computer, your phone feeds off of like, oh, she's looking at Turks and Caicos, they're gonna hike up the prices. So always search on a private browser. Expedia is definitely a number one for hotel. For flights, United actually has like this like program where like when you're between like 21 to 25 or 19, I don't know, it's an age range, I'm not really too sure. But that United has a program where when you're within a certain age range, you actually get a percentage off. So make sure whenever you are looking at sites that you're making sure that they're reliable and that, you know, you can always contact somebody if anything goes wrong, because a lot of the times when people are traveling just in general, they'll try to book, you know, something really cheap. Then it's a www.scamairline.com and now you can't get your money back. My excursions for my last trip, it was called Viator. Now, I have seen Viator a couple of times and I was like, okay, you know, I see you. But with my first solo trip that I went on, I actually just booked my excursions through the hotel, you know, with the concierge. But this time I was like, let me do like a price analysis, a price, you know, comparison to see if the online prices are going to be a little bit lower or if the hotel prices are going to be a little bit lower. And honestly, it was just about the same. But Viator is a reliable and good site. They will also call you wherever you're staying. They'll ask you where you at so they can pick you up. I've never actually seen like the excursion people pick up at, you know, non-hotel all-inclusive places. So I would definitely do some research if you're gonna try to like stay in an Airbnb and still, you know, book through Viator with all-inclusive. Question number five, how do you budget for your trips? So I usually start with the top three when I'm budgeting for any traveling trip. So one is gonna be a hotel. You have to have somewhere to sleep, lay your head at tonight. Number two, your flights. How are you going to get there? Can't walk. And number three, transportation, Ubers, Lyfts, taxis. How are you going to maneuver around? So those are how I budget, you know. And then of course, If whatever you want to do personally, excursions, chefs, blase, 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 you can always add that into your budget after. You know, you can always use an Excel sheet. Excel sheets are your best friends. You can list out everything that you're wanting to do, it lists the prices, and then it'll actually calculate, you know, how much everything is by itself. Question number 6. How far in advance do you plan your trip? I typically plan my birthday trips a year in advance. The sooner you start planning is better. So you can get everything listed out. You can start saving, budgeting, everything like that, researching. Any other regular trip, you know, that I go on with like friends, or if I just want to like pop up somewhere, I typically plan 3 to 4 months. Question number 7. Do you like solo trips or group trips more? Honestly, I like both. I truly do. There's nothing wrong with going on a trip with your friends, and there's nothing wrong with going on a trip by yourself. You know, get away for the night or a week. The only difference that I see within a group trip and a solo trip is that within the group trips, I'm more of a yes man. Whatever everybody else wants to do, I'm cool with. I'm not too picky. They say that we're going here, I just say how much and I pay my money. But with solo trips, it's such a rejuvenating feeling to get up whenever you want to, not have to ask anybody else what they want to do, not have to ask anybody else what they want to eat, not have to ask anybody else if this is okay, can we stay here, if this is enough room, all these things that you have to co-sign with other people is lifted off of your shoulder. If I had to choose, you know, I'm gonna turn up with my friend. Question number 8. What are some do's and what are some don'ts? I've made a list for you. No worries. Bring bug spray. Lots of it. The mosquitoes got me. Sunscreen. I always do this to myself every single time. I'm sunburned. I don't know if you can tell or not through the camera, but I'm peeling. And that's because I was in the sun for 4 days straight. Use Google Translate. Google Translate is your best friend. When I was in the Dominican Republic and I went out to the club, I literally went up to a group of girls. I never tell anyone that I'm alone. So I was like, hey, my friends didn't want to come out. Can I hang with y'all? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so sweet. Whenever you're getting cash for any country that you're about to go to, please go to your local bank. Do not get the cash at the airport. But we're going to talk about that in the don'ts. Get your cash of whatever country that you're going to at your local bank. They will give you all of your money. They won't take no percentage out. Whenever you're solo traveling, use obviously apps like Lyft, Uber, anything where it's a company that, you know, you can track where you're going. You can call for help on there. If they don't have that, you know, of course, taxis, get the license plate, write down the numbers. It's never not good to be too safe sometimes, especially, you know, when you're overthinking just a little bit and it's your first time solo traveling. Put the settings on your phone for your friends, family, whoever you want to be able to track you while you are out of the country. There's also a setting as well where I believe if you press a couple of buttons, it's able to like contact the police, contact your emergency contact so that someone can be notified that you are in trouble. Watch your surroundings. I have a lot of friends who do not have good situational awareness, even when they're not traveling. But when you are traveling and you're by yourself, just be a little bit more aware than what you usually are. If you have a drink, make sure nobody's slipping nothing in your drink. The people that you're around, watch how drunk they're getting, watch how drunk you're getting, you know, just little things. Whenever you're wanting to travel, check which seasons are the best for whatever country that you're trying to go to. A lot of people complain about, you know, Mexico and the Bahamas and those tropical places whenever they go, you know, at certain times, and it's grass all on the beach. Yes, because it's not in season. Of course, it's going to be like little seaweeds and grass and whatnot because it's not in season. Be at the airport 2+ hours in advance. My first time going on a solo trip out of the country to Puerto Vallarta, I missed my flight. You know why I missed my flight? I didn't know that you couldn't check a bag in at least an hour in advance. You have to be at least 2 hours to check in your bag. Lastly, on the do's, use your resources. Phone a friend, but your friend is gonna be TikTok, YouTube, Google. I went straight to TikTok. Nightlife in Dominican Republic. Boom, 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 boom. Everything popped up. These social media places are not just so that you can look cute and show your bum boom. Okay? Now, for the don'ts. I feel like this is like the easiest don't on the list, but don't tell people that you're by yourself. Don't tell people that, like, yes, I'm here by myself, I'm solo traveling, like I'm alone. You're just setting yourself up to be kidnapped at that point. You can read the room. Like, a lot of times on the excursions, it's going to be other tourists, other people from other countries. But at the same time, you have to think, like I said, you know, situational awareness. You don't know these people. These people are strangers. So they could be a kingpin in Guatemala for all you know, and they're on vacation too. They like, oh, this girl by herself? Oh yeah, we finna take her back. No, no, no. No, you're not. Don't wear flashy jewelry. People will rob you in America, so why wouldn't somebody rob you out the country? You know, maybe a cute little earring, maybe a cute little necklace, but if you're going somewhere and you're looking like Moneybag Yo with the 3 chains, you're setting yourself up for failure. I want you to succeed. Don't let people overcharge you just because you're a tourist. Act like you one of the locals. Be in that thing. Back them cute eyelashes that you paid $300 for. Work what your mama gave you, okay? Don't let somebody tell you that a pineapple or a coconut little thing gonna be $80, because it's not. Don't be afraid to socialize and make friends. If you want to be stuck up, you're not gonna meet nobody. Don't overthink, but always be smart with your decisions. If you get in your head and you overthink, like everybody in the room is trying to kidnap me, then you're not gonna like loosen your shoulders and have a good time. Like, you're just gonna be on edge, like waiting for somebody to come get you, when honestly in reality, like, you're just probably overthinking. Lastly, this is what I was kind of reiterating before. Don't get your cash from the airport. The airport is a scam. The airport is such a scam. They make you pay thousands of dollars just to get on a plane to where they were always gonna go. So why would you get money from the airport? They're gonna take a percentage out, okay? Because I know I would. Guys, that's all my do's and don'ts, and that's all my Q&As that I have for solo traveling. If you have any other comments, comment below, like, subscribe, and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys for supporting and watching. Let me know what y'all want to see in the next video. Bye.